A heated Scottsbluff School Board meeting Monday night as the discussion boiled down to masking or not masking. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Brian Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a special meeting of the Scottsbluff School Board will take place tomorrow night with COVID protocols and masking potentially on the agenda after the panel removed a resolution from their Monday night agenda that would have vested all COVID-related policy-making decisions in the hands of the superintendent or someone else designated by the top district administrator. There was much discussion of the plan and mandatory masking for students during public comments with arguments on both sides. Jeff Downey told the board masks make sense, especially for younger children.
Masking is something easy and hardly inconvenient that we can all do to really limit the spread of COVID within our elementary schools and keep children from getting sick. Why risk a child, a teacher, or a person in our community dying? And it's not just about children getting sick. This current health policy that the school has implemented is not keeping kids in school like it's supposed to.
Jim Shimmick countered that while he had no issue with the thresholds currently used for when masks would be required, an across-the-board mandate was wrong.
It is our actions and our right as Americans to choose whether or not we get the vaccine, choose whether or not we wear a mask, to just have that informed decision and allow us to make our own choices.
Former school board president Bob Kinsey said it was a mistake for the board to have left previous pandemic-related decisions to the superintendent alone.
He made decisions that we had no recourse to. The public had no opportunity to discuss them or debate them, and I think that that was a bad decision. I also think it would be a very tough position. Mr. Dick is a brand new superintendent who has not even had his first evaluation be put in that position with the pressure that could be exerted on him behind closed doors.
A recent survey of staff and parents that had a 50% response rate generally found well over half disagreed with a mandatory mask mandate. During an exchange between board member Lori Browning and Dr. Matt Bruner, the Regional West Chief Medical Officer noted that we've learned much more about the illness, treatment, and prevention, meaning masks are not necessarily appropriate all the time if there's no incidence of the disease in the classroom, and mask usage should not be open-ended when instituted, and we've been teaching children to be fearful. Local public health officials also discussed the situation, with County Health Director Paulette Schnell noting that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends masking for children in schools across the board. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Welcome back. Nebraska lawmakers have launched a special session to redraw the state's political boundaries, with one proposal that would add a 50th state senator to the legislature to try to keep rural Nebraska from losing a seat. Speaker Mike Hilgers explained what this special session would look like in the coming days and weeks.
Big picture, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we will have hearings, as I noted, and you should anticipate that we will start general file debate on some maps, maybe all the maps. Maybe one of the maps. It will depend on Friday morning. I've had a number of you ask me about Saturday. Currently, we are scheduled to meet Saturday morning. I'm very well aware of what is taking place on that Saturday. And I'm still holding Saturday. We'll see what kind of progress we make during the course of the week. And I'll try to give everyone daily updates as we get near the end of the week so we can all prepare. And I appreciate your flexibility and nimbleness as we try to get this work done over the next 2 weeks.
Following the release of the latest census data, state senators must meet to redraw maps for state legislative districts and congressional districts. Well, Cheyenne-based Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union has announced a proposed merger with Nebraska-based Western Heritage Federal Credit Union. With approval from regulators, the two credit unions would be merged under the Meridian Trust name, with Meridian CEO Kim Withers saying they look at the plans as an opportunity that will benefit the great members of both credit unions. Since both credit unions currently have a branch in Scottsbluff less than half a mile apart from each other, the plan is to combine operations inside of the Western Heritage location, while the Alliance branch would remain at its current location. Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union was recently named the best credit union in the state of Wyoming, according to Forbes. And Governor Pete Ricketts on Monday designated September as Child Welfare Workforce Development Month in Nebraska. First Lady Suzanne Shore said the proclamation honors child welfare workers across the state, saying their daily work is sincerely appreciated.
Those who choose child welfare as a career are not only serving their communities, they are creating hope and opportunities for growth and success for those kids that they serve, and they are impacting those kids' lives in ways they will never fully understand.
Shore noted that the state had moved to the 7th best in the country in the Kids Count data book, up from 9th last year and 12th the previous year. She said the data shows child welfare workers are making a huge impact for children and families in Nebraska. Well, coming back from the break, it was a little cooler across the region today, but warm temperatures remain on the horizon. The Lawyer's got your Tuesday evening forecast right after this.
My name is Angela and I'm with Langer Industrial Services. There's a huge technology part in metal, just with all the programs we use, running the scale and paying people, all the software. He does 24/7 ransomware monitoring, making sure the programs run smoothly, making sure everything's running properly. So it's nice to have Jeremy there to call when things go wrong. He's always there right away. He's, within 30 minutes he shows up.
ERH Technology Solutions, we make technology work for you.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
At Renewal by Andersen, it's about our people. We're a family-owned local company with the best windows, patio doors, and installation teams anywhere. But before our customers ever get to installation, they speak with our advisors in the office. We're so proud of our people. They're very experienced, organized, and at Renewal by Andersen, we know that our customers' time is so valuable. We assure you signature service from the first phone call to the installation day. Renewal by Andersen, a local family company. It's about our people.
Fall means cooler weather, beautiful colors, and comfy sweaters. Stop into Compliments today for all of our new fall fashions. Start with new items arriving daily from Charlie B and Tribal. Get a comfy pair of Can or Flying Monkey jeans. Next, complete that perfect outfit with new jewelry lines, Star Bar and Lost and Found, and an American Darling bag. Spring and summer fashions now on sale. And don't forget to check out our pictures, solar hot air balloons, flags, and more. Compliments for you and your home, downtown Scottsbluff.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather. This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to be dealing with sunshine here through the evening hours. Temps fall down into the 70s, and the 60s, and eventually the 50s as we get towards sunrise tomorrow. It's going to be clear and quiet tonight, turning warmer tomorrow. Now, Friday looks cooler here across the region for a brief one-day cool down, then much cooler as we start next week. The weekend looks warm, but next week is the real deal. I have to pay attention to some major changes. 86 yesterday after a morning low of 59, those both above normal, and less than half of what we should have in the rain gauge for the month, and almost 3 inches short for the year. Look at these temps here this evening, very comfortable. 70s across all of the tri-state area, really. All of Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, most of South Dakota, Kansas also right around that 70-degree mark. Let's take a look here locally. 76 in Valentine and in Oshkosh, 76, a popular number there. Ogallala as well, lots of 77s. We're under 80 for the most part. Winds are out of the east-southeast, 5 to 15 miles an hour, just enough to put a little wind out there. That's about it. Thunderstorm activity has been to our south, just south of the Nebraska-Colorado border, and then points of eastern Colorado have a slight risk of severe weather today. Tomorrow, that turns pretty much to nothing. Thursday, same story. Everything off to the north and east and away from us. Getting on that bus tomorrow, we'll open the doors and see that it's going to be sunny out there. About 51 for a high on the way home. 89. So pretty nice. You might need a jacket when you get on the bus in the morning. Certainly won't need it on the way home, as it's going to be a little warmer out there. Let's take a look at Futurecast for tonight. It is quiet here in the High Plains. Nothing going on here in the area, and lows are going to fall down into a few upper 40s and low 50s for most of us overnight. Pretty quiet and typical weather. Normal low this time of year is about 48. For tomorrow, Futurecast had a couple of clouds around in the morning. That's it. It's generally going to be a sunny, quiet day tomorrow. All the way into tomorrow night, we're going to have sunshine here across the region. Not much going on. It is all quiet on the weather front, and we look at temperatures tomorrow that are going to warm up back into the upper 80s and low 90s, so we turn a little bit warmer tomorrow, and that'll stick with us on into Thursday and again for the weekend as well. Nothing coming in the precip department. Clear, quiet tonight, lows down around 54 tomorrow. Sunny, warmer again though. We're going to top out probably in the low 90s here in the area. Our 7-day forecast brings us back into the 90s again on Thursday, then a brief one-day cool down on Friday maybe gets us back into the low 80s. 90s on Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll have to keep a close eye on this system arriving for Monday or Tuesday of next week. Right now we show it coming through Monday night into Tuesday. Could be a little quicker, a little slower, but look at Tuesday right now. We're talking about high temperatures, probably not going to get out of the 60s.
It's that ducky time of year again. The 24th Annual United Way of Western Nebraska Rubber Duck Draw is Saturday, September 18th at the 18th Street Plaza in downtown Scottsbluff. Grand prize is a 2021 Toyota RAV4 from Team Auto Center. Second place, a 2021 Honda Pioneer 520 side-by-side from Sandberg Honda, plus 38 other exciting prizes. Adopt your duck today for just $10 at Team Auto Center, First State Bank, Main Street Market, the United Way office, or online this year at uwwn.org/duck.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leave Heads.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
The Legacy of the Plains Museum will host its 25th annual Harvest Festival on Saturday and Sunday in Gering, featuring an array of farm demonstrations and activities along with this year's feature crop, dry edible beans. Dave Wolf, executive director of the museum, talks about this year's feature crop.
Well, about 90% of the great northern beans in the whole world is grown in this area, right? Northern Colorado, eastern Wyoming, and Nebraska. And dry edible beans is a real a unique crop and where it can be grown. So I believe we're one of the few museums in the whole United States that actually interprets beans by growing them.
Getting the crops ready for harvest is what the Legacy of the Plains Museum volunteers do, along with some help from local ag businesses. Dick Cookshausen, chair of the event and a volunteer, explains some old ways and some new ways of getting the potatoes ready.
years ago, they used to come in with vine beaters and they'd beat the vines off of them and everything. And now they have a chemical you go on and it kills the vines a week or 10 days before you harvest. And then you don't have to go through that extra thing because it's hard to beat the vines. A lot of them potatoes are very close to the surface and you can have damage to the crop then. So we use that defoliant, but
Along with an array of tractors and other machinery will also be the horses and mules, demonstrating how the dry beans were cut back in the early 40s. Dave Henson, another volunteer, says there were a few reasons farmers liked mules for harvest.
The farmers liked the mules, especially like in the beans. Their feet are a lot smaller and they wouldn't, woo boys, they didn't step on so much crop, take out so much crop, so that's why they liked mules. Plus, mules don't eat as much as a big horse, and their lifespan is usually a little longer. Whoa, boys! And an old friend of mine told me one time about an old mule. He said, "Well, mule likes you." He said, "He'll do anything for you, but if he don't like you, he'll do anything to you." And that's about the size of it.
Again, the annual Harvest Festival will be this weekend, September 18th and 19th in Gering.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
At Platte Valley Bank, we realize the way people want to bank in the future may be different than it has been. As comfort levels and desires vary by person, banking may be different for some, yet not for others. We offer the best of both worlds, a traditional banking experience with our friendly tellers and an online or mobile banking option with features that you can personalize and utilize anytime, anywhere you go. So you can bank how you want, when you want, and from where you want to. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, a Nebraska state senator and former Bellevue City Council member is the first Democrat to announce a bid for governor. State Senator Carol Blood announced her candidacy on Monday to replace Republican Governor Pete Ricketts. He has to leave office because of term limits, and Blood first won a seat in the officially nonpartisan Nebraska legislature back in 2016 by defeating a Republican incumbent in a politically divided Sarpy County district. She won re-election in 2020. Now, Blood will be facing a difficult task getting elected in the GOP-dominated state that former President Donald Trump won by 18 percentage points. At least 4 Republican contenders have already joined the race. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.